The party senior-most leader LK Advani may have thrown his weight behind Sushma Swaraj at the BJP meet, but is he becoming a lone voice amidst a growing chorus of Modi supporters? And Bangladesh continues to be on the boil after dozens killed in the violence following the death sentence to Dilawar Hussain Saidi, a top Jamaat-e-Islami leader for 1971 war crimes. We connect with the man who mobilized this entire movement online. At the BJP meet this weekend, meant to celebrate the presidency of Rajnath Singh, instead ended up focusing and lauding Narendra Modi on his third term as Chief Minister of Gujarat. Until, of course, the most senior of them all, LK Advani, threw his weight behind Sushma Swaraj, even going as far as to compare her oratorical skills to that of perhaps the tallest BJP leader of all, former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Interestingly, this on the same day when Narendra Modi's keynote address at a premier business school in America was cancelled at the last minute. Yet again, because he is such a polarizing figure. So on the social network today, we discuss BJP's moment of truth, Modi, Sushma, Modi or Sushma. What are really BJP's choices? In fact, it's a very interesting debate today we've got lined up for you. We've got Tehseen Poonawala, who's the founder of YouthCongress.com, columnist and political analyst in the studio with us in Delhi. And of course, we're also joined by Prasanna Vishwanathan, who's the editor of Center Right India. He joins us from the United States. That's Prasanna Vishwanathan joining us all the way from the United States. So thank you so much for joining us on the show. Thank you both of you for joining us on the show today.
Thanks a lot.
Prasanna, I just want to start with you. This has been a bit of a significant weekend in that sense, do you not think? I mean, there has been the BJP meet, of course, on the weekend, and there was, the LK Advani, of course, coming out and batting for Sushma Swaraj in the sense. And on the same day, Wharton really cancelling that significant address of Narendra Modi at the India Economic Forum, really in a sense throwing up two different sides of a story that BJP is now increasingly facing.
No, not really. I mean, I think like we're kind of mixing up issues here. The national executive in Delhi, in a sense, kind of formalized what is going to be the kind of the power structure moving forward in BJP. So it's pretty clear that it's going to be Narendra Modi who's going to, take charge in terms of how 2014 elections. And I think Wharton is like a completely a different issue. So I think like we are in the danger of mixing up and conflating two unrelated issues actually. So the Wharton is more.
Are these two issues unrelated?
Absolutely not. They're not at all unrelated. If you look at Narendra Modi, not just social media, but whether it's Wharton, whether it's internationally, whether it's in his own party, as we are discussing Sushma Swaraj right now, or its allies, Narendra Modi is a polarizing figure. And that is the fact of the matter. Narendra Modi, as many admirers that he has, and he has quite a number of admirers, he has equal number, perhaps more, people who hold him responsible for the carnage that happened in 2002. And he is somebody who polarizes people everywhere.
But Tehseen, what's really interesting today is also the fact, I mean, of course, you're saying that, both the things are not that different from each other, contrary to what Prasanna is saying. Right. But a lot of people are saying what happens in Wharton doesn't make a cent of a difference to an Indian voter.
Well, of course, it doesn't make a difference to the Indian voter whether you go to a college to give a lecture, or whether that college is SRCC, or whether you go to Wharton or to give a lecture on an economic forum. That doesn't matter to an Indian voter. But the fact of the matter is, the Indian voter sees that the United States of America, that the EU, Modi is not accepted. That he is today known as the person responsible for a carnage that happened under him in 2002, and that matters to the Indian voter. The Indian voter is very angry on Narendra Modi on these factors, and that within the BJP itself, within their allies itself, there is a huge division. The minute 2002 happened, BJP lost allies, NDA lost allies, and even today the JDU won't come on board. Shiv Sena has interestingly backed Sushma Swaraj, so there is a division in the BJP.
Prasanna, of course, you heard Tehseen over there saying that, this is not just about the Indian voter, but it's also about an international image of somebody who could potentially be our next Prime Minister. And with so many international countries, in a sense, really not putting their hand out in that firm a way, could that not be an important factor for the BJP when they are actually making their final decision?
Yeah, was it a question for me?
Yes, Prasanna, I was just asking, just to sum it up really quickly. I was just saying that
no. See, I think this is like, I mean, this is a campaign by a motivated, a very minuscule group of motivated left-leaning professors in the US, I think, who kind of managed to, I mean, unleash a campaign of calumny, and I think like probably the Wharton management kind of chickened out actually. So, I mean, you kind of trying to frame it as a kind of a larger issue just doesn't cut ties here actually. So this kind of motivated activism has always been happening.
Let me quickly respond to that. If you look at, let me quickly respond to that. If you look at the history of the world, you look at figures across the world who've not been inclusive figures. Hitler, Mussolini, and believe me, Hitler won a democratic election. Or come recently to where he is, the United States of America, George Bush. He was not an inclusive figure. They all come on jingoism, on pride machoism, on economic reforms, but all of them, when they leave their country in turmoil, in recession, just as George Bush did. Look at the recent elections in the United States of America. Obama, an inclusive Obama, was selected over a Mitt Romney. So please, Narendra Modi is a divisive figure, and he shall stay that.